The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign, trusted by over 500 NFL players for their winning smiles. And broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your host, Nicole Hutchison.
Welcome into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign in the SWBC studio. I'm Nicole Hutchison alongside Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morrison. Ladies, good morning. What's up? What's poppin'? How y'all doing?
What up? Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Bree said,
I'm waiting for her to finish, that's why.
oh, my bad. I wasn't done. How y'all doing? Scene. How y'all doing for real?
We're good.
Mm-hmm.
We're good.
Sure.
Got into the film a little bit more yesterday because it be coming out when I gotta wake up.
Hear me?
So got into the film a little bit more.
Wake
Yesterday
up!
we're gonna talk about this game a little bit more and
Yeah.
get ready for the Panthers.
Hear me. Well, speaking of that game, we had a star have a breakout game. Well, it's not really shocking to us. We've been able to see the flashes that Ryan Flournoy has shown. It is okay. The Ryan Flournoy has shown, and it was obviously one of his best games. Career high, 114 yards, receiving yards on 6 catches, and just talking about the impact that, Ryan Flournoy had. What impressed y'all the most, ladies?
What you got, Bree?
Scare me.
Honestly, I wouldn't say, like you said, it was not a surprise that he got involved. It was just a surprise how he took over and how he was utilized. I think it's fair to say how he was surprised. Like, he low-key emerged as what the CeeDee Lamb role would be, and he didn't flinch. And he's kind of been, like, leading up to this point. Like, it's just not like he came out of nowhere. He has been utilized. He has come up with big plays in moments that counted, and Dak you can kind of see that relationship brewing, if you will. But it was just how he was utilized, how much you went to him. But you really were kind of put in no choice because we knew the Sauce Gardner George Pickens thing was going to happen, and they did exactly what we thought they were going to do. They made sure somebody was by George Pickens the whole time, and he was really quiet until we got into second half, and obviously he had that amazing touchdown that I'm sure we'll talk about as well. But no, I was just impressed, surprised, any good words you can use, Flournoy, and then to think about where he was last season. He was a camp favorite. I remember him making some splash plays and then just kind of went down, which happens a lot. But the fact that he didn't go away, the fact that he's going to make Jalen Tolbert's job harder, the fact that we have Mingo working his way back from injury, so that's a conversation. And I think he's doing exactly what he was brought in here to do, and he's impressive. And he's so humble, too, guys. Like, hearing from him after the game, like, talking about, he said he prays for CeeDee Lamb's recovery, Kevontae Turpin's recovery daily, but at the same time, he's so thankful for the opportunity. And I think he's just going to keep doing this, and he's going to make that wide receiver room that much better. And just to think this is all happening without CeeDee Lamb is just like, you can't ask for more.
Yeah, like Bree mentioned that we got to see him last year kind of have some spurts in training camp and stuff. Preseason, he had some drops in preseason. I remember the conversation was, life's too big for him and things like that. And so he battled his tail off to make this roster. And I remember, do y'all remember when roster cuts came out, we all sat here and was like, we're cool with this, because it felt like he really earned the opportunity to be on the field. I think last week is what really built some confidence for him coming into this game. It wasn't really fancy, but he had a couple catches. Got to see him do the end around thing, and we got to see him on special teams. We've been seeing him on special teams. So I think he was able to build some confidence last week, just getting a couple catches and building on that. Then he comes into it this week, and I felt like, to your point, Bree, you talk about, Pickens, he was getting a little bit more attention over there. And they just had Flournoy do those things where he thrives with the deep crossers, the curl routes. His ability to stop, put his foot in the ground and accelerate, and also be so strong at the catch point. One thing I noticed about him in camp is the way he snatches the ball out of there. Like, and when you watch him, you see like the quick hands from him. And I just think his skill set, the athletic profile has always been there. So him getting this chance, to your point, Bree, it really does put some people on notice. And I hate to say it, but it does. Like Jalen Tolbert has really improved as a blocker. But
Yeah.
Ryan Flournoy is good
I was gonna
there
say
too.
watching his film and the way he's able to block. I'm like, what are you getting from Tolbert that you can't get from Flournoy at this point?
Yeah, and then maybe what can you get for Tolbert?
Please
But they might need to be thinking about the trade deadline.
I think they were thinking about that when they brought Mingo in.
But I think that it really has opened, and even with Mingo and those guys, like, why rush them? Like, well, I mean, you want Turpin and CD back and everything, but like even with Mingo, Flournoy in his emergence to me has really put the rest of the wide receiver room like in a weird spot down the roster, because it's like
In a good way.
in such a
Yeah.
good way, because if he's reliable, he can separate. He can do all the receiver things. And that you can't keep guys off the field. But then when you see him play, you can just see something special about him. You know what I'm saying, ladies? Like when you watch him, you're like, okay, this guy's a little different. So back to the original point. I think it's awesome, and it says something about him as a player that a lot of the play calls that he got yesterday, Sunday, carried the two. Were things they would use with CeeDee Lamb. That's what they think of him, like you said, Bree, and I think that's a big deal.
That's what I had asked him yesterday on Cowboys Hour about, like, you know, how much pride do you take in being able to kind of take on such a big role so early? He said that he wasn't expecting to get this opportunity this early in the season, but he said that, like, I always prepare, like, I'm going to be starting. He's had conversations with Dak specifically this year before the season started about, like, hey, like, always be ready, because you just don't know, like, when your time's going to come. So him and Dak have really grown a bond. And thinking about his story, he came out of high school, get this, he was 5'3", 99 pounds.
He's my size.
His coach.
We all 5'3" then.
Well, I'm 5'1".
I'm 5'5". Don't do that. Don't do that. Give me my,
Whoa,
5'3".
tall
give me my extra
people.
little 2 inches.
Not the giant.
Wow.
5'4.5".
Giant
give me my extra
people.
little half. Thanks.
Over here.
But no, you're sick. 5'3", 99 pounds. His freshman year, his coach, his high school coach, they had a little meeting in locker room or whatever. And his high school coach had him, you know, hey, who wants to play college ball? Everybody raised their hands, including him. And his coach looked at him, pointed at him, and said, well, unfortunately, you're too undersized, so it doesn't look like it's going to be a realistic opportunity. He said, okay, took that with a chip on his shoulder, obviously, and then went to college. Didn't work out at Central Missouri first, which is a D2 school. He kind of battled playing time there. Then he walked on at Iowa Western Community College. That's where he started to.
I'm very familiar.
Hello, Iowa Western Community College.
On Fort Dodge.
Tore his ACL in the right ACL first day of practice, and was like, dang, like, am I really, like, is this even meant for me? Had to start taking physical therapy, was walking 48 minutes to physical therapy because he didn't have a car. Yeah, 48 minutes.
With torn?
Torn ACL,
Oh,
yes.
no. I wasn't walking nowhere.
But
with
get
it.
this, he I'm screaming. He tore ACL April. He said he was playing by that September of his following season. Yes. Yeah, it's crazy. It's insane. Following year, obviously, he goes to Southeast Missouri State, balls out there, gets an opportunity to go to the Cowboys, gets drafted 6th round. Just talking about that story alone, this is a kid who's always been humble, has always been really big on his faith, you know, just kind of getting him through hard times. And talking about last year, he did talk about those drops in the preseason as well. And he was just like, dang, like, I keep just getting hit after hit after hit. Like, I don't know if I'm in for this, but
He's battle tested.
he's battle tested. Like,
And that's why he's not shying away from this opportunity. And that's why, you know, we talk about it. This is something we talk about in the draft community, is sometimes you see some of these D2 smaller school guys. You see some of these HBCU kids. I mean, Marquise Bell comes to mind as well. And you see the way that they are, how do I say this in a nice
different.
way? They're not, like, they're not spoiled. They don't get some of the things that, you know, some of these bigger school guys get. They don't get the treatments.
Yep.
They don't get all of that stuff. And so they build up this, like, toughness and callousness almost to perform. And you see that in Ryan Flournoy. Like, when you watch him on film, he full go every play. Yep. In the blocking game, in special teams, I mean, he is just consistently effort, like, because I think to your point, Nicole, he understands how quickly the moment can go, and he doesn't want to squander it. And I think that hunger is what we're seeing on the field right now.
Yeah. And we didn't mention, but the boy ran the ball too pretty well.
You
His
just-
little opportunities. Okay.
He played running back in high school. Ain't that crazy?
I'm tired.
Like
of
all
it.
he
these
played
receivers.
safety.
I feel like all these receivers
Seriously.
played running back.
What?
Please come see Nicole Hutchison and Brad Sham on Cowboys Hour on Mondays. This is the information you can get
Yeah,
from
it's pretty
going
cool.
to see those folks.
No, it's,
Yeah.
no, seriously, it's
Holla
pretty
at us.
cool.
No,
like,
I mean, because this is
Yeah.
good information. So
Yeah,
thank
he
you for
played-
sharing that with us, Nicole.
Of course. Also, like his ball tracking skills comes from him being a caddy when he was younger.
That is so
That's
cool.
I would have never have guessed that.
Yeah.
No, because we
He ain't got layers to him.
No, it's sick.
like an onion,
Literally.
like on Shrek.
That's not what I was thinking.
I was like, wait.
I'm trying to think of
That's
was-
what
I'm
Donkey
getting off.
said.
Yeah, no, you're
Shrek.
right. Has like multiple layers.
The
I get it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the donkey on Shrek. You don't know the donkey?
Yeah, it's my favorite one.
I always been. What'd he say about always got friends? And Shrek goes, stop singing. Okay, never mind. All right. Talking about when y'all ladies hinted towards it's putting a couple of guys on notice, specifically a Jalen Tolbert, also a Jonathan Mingo, who his 21-day practice window started last week.
I know he tired.
No, he's sick and tired.
No, I know he's sick and tired because last year he didn't have a quarterback. He didn't have Dak. And then this year he gets injured, and then Flournoy is like,
My chance.
I'm gonna need
Yeah. Nah, for real.
take a seat, big bro.
That was somebody I got to talk to during camp, and I was rooting for him just because what Aisha just said. He was talking about, like, you know, because I was like, how hard was it to come at the time of the season that you did? And then, you know, this is a team that wasn't doing well when you got picked up. He was like, well, I came from the Panthers, which is ironic because we're supposed to play with them. But he was like, we wasn't winning no games either. And he talked about the environment coming here and the opportunity, but then the injury with Dak, so he never got that opportunity. And he was just, you know, his goal this year was just to make it on the field. And then we haven't been able to see him because of the injury. But no, I think this is a serious conversation for Jalen Tolbert. Like, I think there's been a serious conversation for Jalen Tolbert before the season started because that wide receiver, too, that you were hoping you were going to see from him merge didn't. And it's not all just Jalen Tolbert. The offense was a mess last season for multiple reasons. We know that. And I think maybe that's why it was more hopeful. But you can't give up the fact that the Cowboys gave up a high draft pick to bring in a Mingo here, right, who hadn't really even established himself where he was. So I think that says a lot.
And I don't want to take credit from Tolbert either. I always put the disclaimers out there.
Of course,
we,
yeah, go ahead.
We love Tolbert over here on the show. Like,
Very much so.
we've been impressed with the way that. Well, I'll speak for myself. Like, I have been impressed with the way that he has continued to step up in big moments because he has. And I feel like he has grown from last year and even coming in, what was it, 2022? Or I'm tripping, 2022? It's fine. It's fine. This is his contract year. I know that. So coming in his draft year and obviously expecting to get more opportunities, but that room was obviously stacked, so didn't get the chance. But last year was really like, or really the year before. I'm sorry, the years are all coming together. It's fine. 2023
That's okay.
was really like a breakout year for Tolbert. Last year, obviously, with CeeDee Lamb battling injuries, missing some time, he was expected to step up a little bit more. Can't forget he did lead the team in touchdowns. So
7, right?
With 7, so there's that. But it's unfortunate that you do have a Kevontae Turpin who now is injured, but a Kevontae Turpin who really kind of stepped up as well and has grown. Ryan Flournoy as well, who is hello.
Yeah.
Like, so it's tough, but now, I mean, I don't know. What do you kind of do with Tolbert? Like, this is contract year. I mean, with respect, I don't think that the Cowboys were expected to. Mm-hmm. It was. I don't know if the Cowboys were going to even, renew his contract or re-sign him after this year anyway. I think in this next couple games, if you're able to pull out this next couple games, then you're really in the mix, right? And I think if I'm Dallas, then I'm looking to try to figure out how I can capitalize and help out this defense. His offense is what it is. I think the offense is going to be fine. We got to see. I'm sure we're going to talk more about the offensive line depth and all that stuff.
But the defense is where I think that you can improve in some spots if you need to. And I think if Dallas is able to win this next couple of games, then people need to pick up the phone. Like, you need to be.
Because I do think Jalen Dover could
phone.
be a 2-3 somewhere else. And sometimes I just think with this room and what they have,
Pickens did it.
and it's a business. You're thinking about right now, how do we if George Pickens has a couple more games like we've been seeing, it's going to be like, okay, how do we pay Pickens? And then that does make the conversation interesting because if Flournoy keeps having these types of games going forward, I hate to break it to y'all, but a lot of times when money talks and there's a cheaper option, that's the way the Cowboys
They
go.
better not.
We'll
They
have that
better not.
conversation in a couple of months. We can run this tape back and we'll see. But look
They
at
better not.
I just made Aisha mad.
They better not. I don't.
She not blinking over
And
there.
what if they do?
Huh? Then they don't want to win. Because, I mean, so they don't want to win.
I want Aisha in the front office. Do y'all want to win?
Or not.
Screaming.
On a Tuesday morning. Do y'all want to win?
Do you want to win or not? But I just think, to your point, I think that was actually one of the questions we got asked. We asked folks to drop their questions.
What they got?
And
What they got?
one of the questions was in regard to what does Flournoy's explosive game mean for John Domingo? We already touched base on that. Matt Owen said, "What's the meaning of life?" Matt, please.
Stop.
Matt, please.
Matt had time today.
It says when Luvari.
Navari. Shout out to you for this question.
When CD and Turpin return, how do you think the Cowboys will work Flournoy into the offense?
They better figure it out.
I think that's going to be the tricky part because when you talk about Jalen Tolbert, it's a little deceptive to me about the stats and who led it, but you had to because there was nobody else, right? So I feel like that's the same thing right now. You have to go to Flournoy because Pickens is taken out. So I do want to see what they're able to do when you bring CeeDee Lamb back in because Pickens was kind of trying to figure it out with CeeDee Lamb on the other side, right? Like,
And another note to something to think about is defenses haven't really seen what Flournoy could do. Granted, he got some opportunities the week before, but that was actually the first time defenses have obviously seen.
Yeah, tape matters.
Tape matters, and so okay, Flournoy, which I'm not doubting that he can't continue this performance, but what do you do now when the tape is out there? Can you still kind of keep that level of play up too?
Shotty has talked about it, and I think I go back to him saying we want to be multiple. And the thing about your quarterback, thank God. Thing about your quarterback, don't know what it's like to not have a quarterback that doesn't distribute the ball, across the offense. But I think that's a big part of it as well. Is Dak as a progression quarterback? There's gonna be times where he just, is like, hey, I'm gonna go like the big play to Pickens. Yeah, he saw 1-on-1 on the outside. He said, but 1-on-1 with my big dog number 3.
Saw an opening. Yeah.
Well, that's where I'm going. He just took a chance. He gave Pickens a chance. I feel like sometimes they're still trying to figure out. He's still trying to figure out what place to ball for him. That's a whole nother story. But I do think that the way that defenses will maybe start to play you, like if you decide when you're multiple, you make people make business decisions. So if you decide that you want to just play this too high, then we're gonna run the ball at you. And then you're going to have to put a safety in the box. And then if you decide that you want to load the box, then we're going to, and then if you want to load the box and roll coverage to CeeDee Lamb, then Pickens is going to kill you. Then Flournoy is going to hurt you over the middle of the field. Like, I think the best thing about this offense and what they can continue to do is to use everybody. Because if you use everybody, then you don't, like you just said, Bree, just like you just said, Nicole, how do you game plan for the next guy? You can't, you're constantly trying to game plan for multiple guys. That's what you want to do. You want to stress defenses. So hopefully Shotty just keeps sprinkling,
Add some seasoning?
Yeah.
What kind of seasoning? What kind of seasoning is Ryan Flournoy?
That's a good question. Oh, you know what?
Paprika. A little extra. Because you don't need it for the meal.
Let's do smoked paprika.
Oh, that's the best.
You got to do the smoked kind.
That's the best one.
Yeah, so smoked paprika. Sometimes it looks like decoration. Sometimes it actually can set off the meal a little bit more. Because I put some of my baked macaroni and cheese and my potato salad and all that stuff.
Well, I don't cook, so I can't answer that question. So on that note, we're going to take our first break here on Girls Talk Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign. We'll be right back with more.
how does the cheerleader's hair always look so perfect? We asked, and they shared one of their biggest beauty secrets. If you want hair like theirs and confidence to match, use Babyliss Pro styling tools. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders use Babyliss Pro curling irons to get those perfect game day curls. To get the hair you see on the cheerleaders, head to BabylissPro.com. Use the code Cowboys20 for 20% off Babyliss Pro tools, the official styling tools of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Get the discount while it lasts. Offer may be withdrawn at any time at advertiser's discretion.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
All right, Cowboys fans, this one's for us. If the men in your life bleed blue and silver like we do, I've found the perfect way to elevate their game day rituals. Gillette just released their best razor in Cowboys colors, and it is everything a Cowboys fan could want. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor combines his Cowboys pride with Gillette's best shave. And with 50% longer lasting blades, it is truly the gift that keeps on giving. Get it while you can at Gillette.com/NFL. Gillette's best shave is also available as heated.
Cowboys Nation limited single game tickets are available right now. Get ready to bring the noise as you watch your Cowboys live at AT&T Stadium when they host NFC East rivals Eagles and Commanders, plus the Chiefs, Chargers, Vikings, and Cardinals. Visit DallasCowboys.com/tickets or SeatGeek.com, the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome back to Girls Talk Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign. Nicole Hutchison, Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morrison. Ladies, we're talking defense. Yep.
But we talking about it.
They deserve to be talked about in a good way.
That part. Well, no, there's a question that was being asked before we get to this part. Actually, no. Yeah, we'll get to this question first.
Okay.
What happened to Damone Clark?
Huh?
That was a question by Lonnie
Damone.
Bean.
Poor Damone.
It's just the snap counts just going down. You got a guy like Maris Lee, so it's under
I'm looking at it now.
Aisha's. There we go. Yeah, I mean, you got Maris Leofow, you got Shamar James. Of course, Jack Sanborn and Kenneth Murray were getting most of the snaps, but when Jack Sanborn went out, hello, Shamar James. And the way that when he tackles his instincts, I mean, it's at a high level right now. And so I think that's just kind of what happened. I mean, you got younger guys that are coming in and playing opportunities.
I was about to say,
I know, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
That's what I was about to say. I just think,
yeah.
When he was inactive, what was that? Last week, I was like, why is it when that was the first time that, because they were
Green Bay. I think it was.
I just didn't get it. But I didn't get it.
well, I think
Why he was the one.
I could be wrong, but I think also too. I think it's because Murray was a free agent, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
They paid him some
It was
change.
for trade.
Yeah, they
got
paid
him
him some
in trade.
change. He plays Murray right now is playing the Mike because Sanborn is out, but I think he was playing Mike before. Anyway, I think it's also too because of the position. I think him playing Will and not being able and them deciding to go with Murray over him plays a factor. But also too, I just feel like he's one of those guys that has unfortunately got caught in the shuffle with coaching changes, coaches having preferences, coaches having their guys, all those things. And hopefully he's set free and he can go find, a home somewhere else, because this has kind of been his story here. And I know that I don't want him to lose his passion for football, being put in this position. So
He's another guy that would, if not a starter, a very solid rotational piece for another team somewhere.
probably.
So
That's all we had on that. Sorry, Lonnie.
It's It's fine. All right, this question. We'll get to that question in a second. But sorry, I know, my bad. This defense. Talking about this Cowboys defense. Some cool numbers for you. Cowboys defense recorded a 50.9 pressure rate in Week 5. That's the highest of the season. They also averaged just 2.32 seconds to generate pressure. That's the fastest of the season. 12 different Cowboy defenders recorded at least one pressure in the game. Hello, we like that. Dante Fowler recorded 8 pressures on 26 pass rushes, tied for the second most in a game in his career since at least 2018. And 6 of Fowler's pressures came under 2.5 seconds. Wow. James Houston also recorded 5 pressures in the game, tied for the most in his career. So when you look at those numbers, ladies, what you think?
I like that they rushed the passer, but they better get their life together, stopping the run. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this a lot yesterday.
It's this or that.
And it's that's what I'm saying.
Don't do the this and that.
It's like we're back. We're back for real.
Peanut butter and jelly go together.
We're back for real because we got takeaways. Back to the quarterback. But the run.
But the run.
Schottenheimer talked about that a little bit yesterday.
He
as
did.
well,
Go ahead. What did he say?
so-
What did he say? What did he say?
I mean, he saw what we saw. He said we didn't do a real good job. And he actually said that their run game. I mean, I know the numbers with Javonte and what have you, but he said they didn't effectively run the ball like he wanted.
Oh yeah, I seen it on film. We're gonna talk about it.
So both, yeah, we've been talking about how good they are running the game, but I think that's when you're doing a little bit more on you got to win your one-on-one matchups and those holes they'll be taken advantage of, and that's what you saw. I mean, Aisha's you watched the film, so I know you saw those open holes because they were pretty relevant from the press box where I was sitting. So I mean,
it was a defensive tackles. Crazy enough, those guys really got moved off the ball a lot, and more than we've even seen with Kenny Clark. Like than I've seen to this point. I think this is maybe his worst game. At that defensive tackle spot. I'm gonna say this with all due respect. I understand that. I understand that. They were giving Mozzie Smith some opportunity because he's earned the reps in practice. I just think that you got better production from Jay Toia and his ability to anchor because, baby, there were just so many times that these guys were getting they were trying to reset the line of scrimmage, and it didn't work. So that's where you saw some of those big interior runs that really came from your interior guys, to be honest. And those guys getting moved off the ball. Even Solomon Thomas, although he's able to knife through, he's quick enough to win off the line, knife through, and to give some of those guards and centers issues. But there are times that when those bigger guys get their hands on him, they're able to drive him out of play. So your defensive tackles are getting turned, and then your linebackers are already still trying to get comfortable with their run fits, and they're getting driven off the ball. And you got guards on linebackers. That's never a good day. So for me, I do think that there needs to be, we've seen those guys rush the passer well better in this game. How do they find the balance between being able to do that when they need to and also being sound in the run game? That's something that I think they're going to have to work on. He even mentioned James Houston. And now James Houston, I think that's something that's kind of gone unnoticed with the conversation of James Houston is they want him out there, but he is a bit undersized. He is a bit undersized. So how do they figure out how to mix him in and still get good run stopping production on that edge, because people have been attacking you there. So, I mean, Breece Hall averaged 8 per carry. So that is 8 yards per carry there. So I think as much as he shined, the Cowboys being able to get off the field third down, being able to get some of those big fourth down stops really changed the way why the score looks how it looks. But I fear going forward. I fear after I'm not going. I mean, the Panthers, they did something against the Falcons, and baby, they gonna run that ball. So
Rico
you better
Dowdle
figure
pissed
it out.
Oh yeah, Rico Dowdle already talking.
He talking?
Yes, he was talking.
I said Rico.
He said you
He
better
never talked
buckle
like
up.
that before.
That's crazy.
I said Rico,
We cool.
I thought we was cool.
Johnny mentioned something to it too, though. He addressed it. He was fun and
He said, "I guess we'll put our seatbelt on."
All right. Well, we can't both be talking smack.
Come on,
Nothing
Shotty.
happened.
No. I'm tired of you. No, Shotty. I like that energy. Yeah, we
Nah,
put our
for real.
we
It's
gonna put
gonna
our
make it fun.
seatbelts on. Big dog.
LOL.
But I mean, specifically
That was
talking
his
about
clap back. We gonna put our I love Shotty. We gonna put our seatbelts on.
It was good. He was like, yeah, we'll put
It was
seatbelts on.
cute.
You know, but I do think with the linebacker position, my God, we got to figure out what's going on there because I see Kenneth Murray. His heart, I know in his heart he wants to make these plays, but he does not have like the processing and he's just not moving fast enough for me. Like sometimes you just like, there it is, go brother, go brother, and he's not. And then Shamar James, to his defense, he's a nugget. He is still like the linebacker position is so complex, y'all. They have to do so much. Like I really feel like it goes understated with all they have to do with reading defenses. And I just think he is offenses, and I think he is still getting a feel for the game. You see some of his speed flash and things like that. I think the more time he gets, he's going to grow. Maris Leofau is a loose cannon. That's the problem with him. That's honestly the issue with him is that, like, he is so wired and stuff that sometimes he just plays.
But he's fun.
He's fun, but it ain't fun when he ain't playing his freaking assignment and he overruns something and it's a big hole. You know, like they have to do something for this second level too. I'm stressed because I do feel like the secondary played their best game.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
Shout out to the front four.
Shout out to the front four getting pressure, but the secondary helped out the front four too.
Very much so.
True.
And I think one of the questions was about Flus. Yes.
Oh yeah, hold up 1 second. I think I saw it.
You seen it?
Yeah.
I seen it.
I'm gonna get it 1 second.
Yeah.
Copyright. Dang it.
You
1
from
second.
Shotty about Flus?
Nope.
Yes, it says I can read it for you.
No, you got it. Yeah.
I found
there
it.
you go.
So the question says barnacles.
It says barnacles.
No.
I know Shotty didn't say barnacles yesterday.
No, I know he straight up didn't say that. 'Cause he got some sense.
It's all good. I found it.
Okay, yeah. It says,
cool, you
do
got
y'all think this is from Michael? Do y'all think Flus needs to go up to the booth to get a better feel of what offenses are doing instead of calling zones 90% of the time? Well, Michael, it was a little shady,
Oh my goodness.
but also too a little shady.
There's no trees in here.
But the Cowboys, but you know, I don't know about him going into, in the booth. That ain't my business. But I will say in regard to the whole zone talk, they did opt to play a little bit more man this past game. We did get to see them jam at the line more frequently, and I think that also helped your pass rush get there. You got to redirect defenders. You cannot just keep giving them free releases off the line. They're going to cook you. Even the most wide receiver is going to cook you with free releases. So I think he is slowly but surely kind of mixing in a little bit of man. I think Wanye Thomas being at the top helps Donovan Wilson be able to come down into the box a little bit more because they trust him a little bit more. And Deron Bland feels like he's still
He's coming back.
We got to be fair.
Yeah.
Like he's still working through, and he can't catch a break every time. His feet.
I know.
And I
His
still
feet
rather
take
have him out there than others
I still rather have him out there with the feet.
at 75%.
Yeah, we're going to need to pray over
But
his feet.
did you see what Trayvon had said in the locker room about playing more man? I thought it was so funny because, of course, that's been asked about. And he's like, we did play more man. I went up to Eberflus after the game, and I asked him, how did you think we did playing more? Like, I thought that was so funny because, I mean, he's persistent about what he wants, but I feel like they're listening to each other, and Schottenheimer said that's what you want. If your players don't feel comfortable to come up to you and say, hey, can we try this? Then we're not doing our jobs right. So I'm glad those conversations are being had, especially with Trayvon being a leader and a voice in that room. So.
I think it's dope that because I'm pretty sure it wasn't just Trayvon. I'm sure Eberflus also had a hand in that conversation, just kind of taking accountability after Trayvon last week going into the game was like, hey, we want to play more man. I know he saw that press conference and was like, all right, let me go figure this out. And it's across the board for this whole coaching staff. Even I know Shotty, Dak in the post-game presser had mentioned how, Shotty takes accountability in the play calling when he doesn't necessarily do well and things don't go right. So, yeah, I think it's across the board. My bad, Aisha, what you got?
No, girl, you the host.
Girl, what you got, my bad? Come on.
But I do think something that Eberflus said that stood out to me when he got to talk last Thursday was he said, he also too has been working through got availability. And I think some of the stuff that we saw before with the decisions he was making, even with maybe some of the more zones, some of the more, number one, you got two of your corners is coming back from injuries. So he has to factor in, like, even if they don't want to be ramped up, he like, hey, I know you want to run man and you think you can turn on a dime, but let's acclimate a little bit, let's get you comfortable. Then on top of that, I think he mentioned like the personnel. I think you should feel more confident with a DeRon Bland and a Trayvon Diggs out there. So I think he mentioned some of the, availability stuff factoring into some of the decisions he's made. Hopefully he continues to make these decisions moving forward.
All right, we're going to take our second break on Girls Talk, Boys Talk, and still talk about the decisions Eberflus has been making, specifically what we've seen last week against the Jets. We'll be right back with more.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
How does the cheerleader's hair always look so perfect? We asked, and they shared one of their biggest beauty secrets. If you want hair like theirs and confidence to match, use Babyliss Pro styling tools. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders use Babyliss Pro curling irons to get those perfect game day curls. To get the hair you see on the cheerleaders, head to BabylissPro.com. Use the code Cowboys20 for 20% off Babyliss Pro tools, the official styling tools of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Get the discount while it lasts. Offer may be withdrawn at any time at advertiser's discretion.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
The countdown to game day starts with the Rally Days presented by SeatGeek. Get a behind-the-scenes look at AT&T Stadium, meet the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and alumni, play games, win prizes, and more. Get your tickets for the next Rally Day on October 18th at AT&TStadium.com/rallydays.
Woo!
Rally Day.
Welcome back into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Wake Up!
Presented by.
That ain't who it's presented by.
Presented by Invisalign in the SWBC studio. Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morrison, Nicole Hutchison. Ladies, I know we're going to stick with still defense because I know we're talking offense tomorrow again. But how much? Tomorrow. Sorry. My bad. How much? Oh, sorry. Lost my train of thought. Eberflus talked about the decisions he's starting to make, and obviously the trust is there as well. Something I want to ask you ladies about is how he's kind of doing things with a little bit more twists and stunts with this defensive front. Aisha specifically, I know that's something you love. And one of those plays, specifically the sack, I believe it was James Houston and Kenny Clark, and how they kind of, Osa Odigizua took like an angle. Obviously, Kenny Clark came around, and, obviously the sack was able to happen.
You talking about the loop?
The little loop. Yeah,
they
the
go
loop.
around.
Mm-hmm. Talk about that and just the trust that he's starting to kind of build with those guys to expand the playbook a little bit more.
Well, I mean, I think that they understood that they had to affect the the passer. Like you put them in a position to where you know that they have to pass. I think that is a big thing about this offense is them putting teams in a position to where they have to pass, and this pass rush can just kind of get after it, and that allows Flus to kind of open up his playbook and do some things that we haven't gotten to see. We've seen, blitzes like that when Micah Parsons was here. It's a very common thing where you loop a guy around and you need a guy that can get there. Which is, important in this conversation that James Houston is the guy that decided to be there. But also Diggy Zulu, I think, got some good penetration this game as well. Dante Fowler, we talked about him yesterday. These guys, like, if you're seeing that they're winning off the line, then you are open to do a little bit more with them from the pass rush department. And again, the Cowboys went up against an offensive line that I thought struggled with this. That is what was rewarding about it, Nicole, is that what we're seeing, I think I'll say for me, because I don't know nothing about nothing. But seeing like Flus see what we saw on film and then they attack it, that's encouraging because you know that they're really trying to play the matchup game and not just trying to play their game. Because at that point, he's been just rushing forward, and he's just been doing, just the base level stuff. But he's like, okay, no, I see that there's some weak points within y'all's interior that we can get guys free and be able to, affect the passer. And I thought that was awesome. Donovan Izuraku is coming on with it. You hear me? I feel like the game is starting to slow down for him, but also too, I just think the processing from him and that he's faster at reading what the offensive lineman is doing and what they want to do. If they give up their chest, and he's like, okay, I'm just gonna go right through you. Like, so I think Donovan Izuraku was growing as a pass rusher as well. But it wasn't a pretty day on the ground for the defensive ends either. I mean, even Clowney got pushed off screen a couple times. I said, where is he?
Stop.
Where is he taking him?
Where are they taking him? Bring him back.
Where is it?
He ain't on the screen. He ain't on the screen no more. And I don't like that. Honestly, I don't like that. But yeah, Flus is getting some. I know he's gotten some crap, baby. He's trying to make limeade out of lemons. You hear me?
What do they say? $1 out of 15 cents.
That's what they say for real? I ain't never heard
I'm
that.
pretty sure, yeah.
$1 out of 15 cents.
Right? I feel like Chris would know.
Chris, is that something?
I've never heard that before.
Did I get it?
He can't hear it.
I feel like that's what he's saying.
It's fine.
But no, I mean, pick up back at what Aisha just said, I feel like Sunday was the best team defense, and they were able, the scheme, is that what he was doing?
Stop doing
Scheming
that with
for
your
the
little
pass
hand.
rush. But you also mentioned that the corners had their best game. The DBs, like, to be honest, like, you saw people celebrating when they got the pass rush because they saw that, okay, I'm out here taking away being where I'm supposed to be. So Justin Fields is looking down and seeing this ain't an option for him. And that's also helping them up front. So that stood out to me 110% because you just haven't seen that. It's just been so much open field. Somebody always looked lost up there in the front. And yes, they didn't win every matchup, but hey, whatever they're doing, build on it because this was the best talk that we've been able to have about defense. And Eberflus has probably been back there tearing out his hair trying to figure out. And like Aisha also said, the availability, like he hasn't had his guys. And it is exciting to think about. You still have some people coming back that are going to make a difference in this game. Maybe not right away because there's always a ramp up. But the fact that you're going to get some of your better guys. I saw something with Mr. Number 0 about after the bye week, they expect him to be closer to after the bye week, which is exciting, right? Because what is that, November? And when those games.
It's going to matter.
So if you can just hang in there, keep stacking the wins against these winnable teams, because it's going to get real tough.
Do something to trade deadline.
It's going to get real tough.
Who are you getting?
Huh?
What position are you going to? Are you getting?
I'm
Defensive
struggling.
tackle?
It's feeling like you need a linebacker. Feeling like you need a linebacker.
Defense for sure. Or offense.
Or a defensive end, or a pass rusher. Whatever you do. And again, I know it's kind of backwards to be like, I just get rid of a pass rusher to go get one. We don't care. People didn't expect. We
made a mistake.
Some people didn't expect for the offense to be this efficient, but I just don't think you can waste it. You can't waste it. You got to do something.
I feel like the Cowboys are closer than what I thought they would be at this time of the season, though.
Boom. And when you look across the team, look across the NFL, ain't nobody no world beater. Ain't nobody no
The league is weird right now, especially the AFC.
facts.
Oh my God! Last night, y'all watched that?
I seen it.
I wasn't even into the game until I was into the game, and I was like, "What is going on out here?"
I seen it. No. I mean, the NFC is the same way. It's like even within your division, I think the Washington game's gonna be big.
It is.
But we gotta get there. Wait, let me focus.
Yeah, let's
Because
stick-
Carolina's
I know,
holding that
look at
rock.
it.
Let me focus. My bad, y'all.
One track mind. It's one game at a time, sister. All right, we're gonna take our first break.
You want to come back?
No, my bad.
We're gonna come back at 9.
We just talking about
over to the next show.
That's crazy. We are done for the day. We'll be back here at 8 a.m. tomorrow. More Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign. For Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morrison, I'm Nicole Hudson, and we'll be back here tomorrow.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!